Self-love is the ultimate, it's really the ultimate self-care practice. It's transformational. And honestly, when I have worked with clients over the years, one thing I've realized is that so many times in life will call for us to tap into our self-love. And if you think about it, a lot of us haven't really been taught this and what that actually looks like as we go through life. We're kind of just winging it, we're winging it and we're not really sure until things really go downhill when we realize that we have, for example, self abandoned in a relationship and we didn't stop it happening sooner. And then we find ourselves in an off situation or where we find ourselves in a job we don't like. And really, if we look at it, if we truly loved ourselves, would we actually work every single day in a job we don't like? So I know sometimes we have to do different things, but actually, when we think about it, we have choices. And self love is about giving yourself that choice, that reflection piece, that time to step back and say, I'm going to just think about what I want to do now. One thing I know for sure is that the more you get to know yourself, the more you love yourself. The more you have the capacity to love yourself, because the more you know yourself, the more you have the ability to say, okay, what's for me and what isn't. You're able to spot, when something is off more quickly and easily, which will help you in life. You're able to recognize when it's time to let go of something toxic in your life. You're able to recognize when it's time to let go of maybe a relationship that's no longer serving you, or that's dragging you down, or that's taking from your sense of self-worth or self-esteem. Well, ultimately nothing can take from your sense of self-worth because it's innate, but it can dampen your sense of who you are and of how good you feel about yourself. So it's so key to reflect on how you could stay aligned and stay centered in your energy. This is one of the biggest life learnings I've had, how to actually stay centered in my energy. It's huge. And I know for a lot of us, we actually go off center when we abandon ourselves. We can abandon ourselves if we aren't sure of ourselves. And this is why I said earlier, to know yourself is to love yourself. You have to become self-assured and know yourself, and remember that you deserve to be loved and understood. And if someone in your life is making you feel like you're not understood, or you're not heard, or you're not loved, then sometimes it's time to go to see a therapist and talk about it and look at what your options are and your choices. Give yourself choices, because you do not have to stay in a relationship with anyone who is, making you feel that way, unheard, unloved, misunderstood, whatever it is. So it's giving yourself that time to say, okay, I'm going to step back. Now, this is all in my self-love masterclass. You can get that on the link in my bio on my Instagram, or through therapyacademy.ie. You can look for my name, and then self-love masterclass is there. But also, I just wanted to share some videos like this to explain a little bit about what we can do to really, I suppose, love ourselves more. And I do think a lot of it is coming back to self-worth, and it's coming back to knowing your worth and your value as a person. You really have to know your value. If you don't know your value, how do you expect anyone else to know it or to truly value you? And I've realized, especially, that phrase, we teach people how to treat us. Honestly, I've seen that as well in my life play out so much. We have to know our own value first and go from that place, lead from that place, flow from that place. And from there, when you have that sense of who you are and your value, you can go forward with that unshakable confidence. But first, you have to peel it all back and get to know yourself. So that's why I've created that module. The first module, or the second module on Self-Love Masterclass, is called Who Am I? An exploration of our self-worth, because this one is really, really key to start off with. Then throughout the course, the next module, then I've looked at different things like removing the need for external validation, because so often we, ultimately do look for validation from other people in our lives. And the key is to tap into self-validation and learn to validate yourself, because other people may not always give us the validation we need. So what do we do then? Stop in our tracks and stop fulfilling our goals and dreams? No. We need to continue to fulfill our own goals and dreams and be true to ourselves. I thought I'd turn off my mic there for a sec. I hope it's still going. So we have so many different modules on this, and breaking free from comparison, from negativity, from all these kinds of things in the masterclass, and also on how to kind of, I suppose, once and for all, tackle our self-talk, because our self-talk is really, really, going to determine what we go on to do in our lives very often, and who we're in relationships with, and basically how we treat ourselves as well. Our self-talk governs a lot. Also, then we're going to look at in the modules then after that things like self-forgiveness, because on the journey I have seen it so much with my clients, the need for self-forgiveness. So, for example, if you end up in a situation where you did not want to be in, or you end up thinking, how did I get myself here? Remembering it's okay. You have a choice to get off the train there and choose a new path. The first step is acknowledging, okay, I made a mistake. I'm going to get off the train here. The quicker you do that, the better. You can acknowledge it and then move forward. Forgive yourself. You're only human. You're going to make mistakes. Self-forgiveness is huge on the self-love journey. Self-forgiveness and non-judgment. Not being judgmental of yourself. Try to accept yourself as a human, that you will make mistakes, but you can bounce back. And you can see the light in yourself, see the beauty in yourself, see yourself as divine, and see yourself as that inner child who just wants to love and be loved and cared for. And enchantment is a word my own healer reminded me of lately. Sometimes we need that reminder of enchantment, that word, seeing the childlike wonder in things. Sometimes life can feel so heavy, and ultimately it will impact on our mood at times, and it will bring up all kinds of anxieties for us. But what we need to remember is that to stay centered in our flow and in abundance, we will need to actually come home to that energy. We have to be the energy we want to attract as well. So we'll have to attract from that good place. I often say to girls who are looking to attract their soulmate, you want to be, in your best energy. When you're going out to attract someone, you want to, be ready in terms of energy, because energy is everything. And you need to boost your energy and be strong in your energy as well, because we know what the dating apps can be like. So you have to be strong in your energy, and this is a big part of self-love as well. There's also final modules, module 7 and 8 on the course are called Cultivating Self-Discipline and Embracing Your Authenticity and Your Uniqueness is module 8, the last module. These are two key modules when it comes to manifesting, because we cannot manifest. I know it's a buzzword, huge word at the moment. We cannot manifest unless we have self-love. Self-love is key to the manifesting journey and healing. A lot of people don't talk about this, but we actually need to do a deep dive and do a lot of healing sometimes in order to truly stick with it and to have the self-discipline to manifest our goals. So I hope this video has helped today. I just wanted to share this just to shed more light on what you might expect in my self-love masterclass. I have poured years and years of my life learnings, personal learnings, and also professional learnings of working in one-to-one therapy with my clients. I've poured it into all these learnings into this course, because I have found myself with a waiting list now, and I can't see all the clients that are emailing me asking me for sessions. So that's why I really just wanted to create this course, so people can take this from their own home at any time, at any place or in the place that suits them. It's a recorded on-demand course. They can go back to it anytime. They can take it in one sitting, which will take 2 to 3 hours at one time, or you can take it module by module, and take your time with it. So that's why I wanted to create this course, so people can have that self-development tool at home that they can dip in and out of as well and go back to many times. Each module has videos, at least one video per module. Many modules have 2 videos attached to them, and a number of self-development exercises in each module. There's PDF attachments, and you can print them off and download them yourself as well. So I hope this helps, guys. I just wanted to share this because honestly, I've had a lot of questions, and really what it's all about is alchemizing, our pain into wisdom. Anything we go through, we grow through, and we're going to keep doing that on the self-love journey. We're going to keep growing and healing and attracting abundance and manifesting our dreams, and trusting and enjoying the process. That's a big part of it as well. Trusting our life's journey and enjoying it as well, enjoying the journey, which I know sometimes can be harder to do than others when you've gone through a lot. But at any time we can do our meditation and tap into visualization as well. And we have this at the end of the self-love masterclass too. We have a beautiful guided meditation and visualization there as well. And the truth is, I have seen and worked with too many people who have self-abandoned. The great psychotherapist Terry Cole on Instagram, I love her, and I've been following her for years, and she often says something that I remember the first time I heard this was mind-blowing for me, because I was like, it was an aha moment. I was like, this is so true, especially for us women in Ireland. What Terry Cole said was, women are raised to be self-abandoning codependents. Now, how true is that? I know so many women who are self-abandoning. They'll do anything for anyone. They give the shirt off their back for anyone. And you know, it's even a thing. It's like, oh, she's, you know, Mary is great. She'll give the shirt off her back for anyone. But it's like, well, actually, is Mary looking after herself though? You know, and it's like we can do anything for anyone, but actually, are you looking after yourself? You know, and self-love is so key, not to abandon yourself. If you're always giving to other people and left alone, then at the end of it, you know, you do need to look out for yourself sometimes. I've seen the tragic, disastrous results when women come to therapy after doing this. You know, then they feel anger, they feel resentment, they feel stuck, they feel lost because they have given all these years to helping others. But what has it left them with? Very often not, they are not happy. So, you know, you need to remember that you're not only just there to serve others, you're there to self-love, to mind yourself as well, and to go after your own goals and dreams. And it's never too late to say, I'm going to go after what I want. Never too late. So it's like reclaiming your power, you know, reclaiming your power and standing in your power, and remembering that you matter too, you're important too. And be all about you for a change. Be all about you for a change, not just about serving others. Stop self abandoning and just show up for yourself. You know, it can help if you don't know what those terms mean. Say, for example, a self abandoning codependent, like I mentioned earlier. You know, you can look those up, but I just wanted to give a glimpse into that today, that when you're always putting everyone else first, you know, where does that leave you? So I do believe that there is a delicate balance between putting ourselves first, as in self-caring, and also caring for others. I do think it can happen. I know it's not always easy, especially if you have young babies on the scene, but it can happen with practice, I believe. And certainly if you're doing this in a relationship, no, you know, you have to look out for yourself. I see a lot of women who are codependent and healing from codependency when I work with them in my therapy practice. And these are things, by the way, guys, I can help others with it because I've healed a lot from my own battles. And I think that's what makes me good at my job, because I have been in my clients' shoes very often, and I've learned and I've healed from things. But that's the thing, the only way out is through. You know, we're not going to do it by avoiding and by running from our problems and issues. We're going to have to face them and feel it, really feel things. And that is easier said than done. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we can do it. And we have to have hope. It's all about hope. We have to have hope for ourselves. And this is what I hope the Self-Love Masterclass will give a lot of people, because I know that in Ireland, you know, it's to do with our conditioning. I talk all about this in the Self-Love Masterclass, how our conditioning has impacted the way we live our lives as well for a lot of us. So I hope this helps as well, and I'm just really hoping this video will reach who needs to hear it, and my masterclass too. If anyone has any questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. You can always drop me a line at the end of this video, or you could always reach out to me on my Instagram at dwalshpsychologist. Okay, I hope this helps, guys. Lots of love. Take care.